This week I've been taking my time and really focusing on the eyes. So I turn the skin off. You can see I have these two other spheres around each eye. That is how my bear blinks. But I didn't want to see those unless the bear was actually blinking. So I had to do some sculpting around the eyes to hide that. And then I also dealt with a lot of particle system editing. So let me show you. On the bear, I got really into making sure this bear looked as perfect as possible. Up here in the ear section, it was light on some hairs. So if you go into particle system edit, you can literally just add single hairs. So I would go in and literally add like a single hair to help fill out a section. Now, if you notice the hair shows up really long, so then you got to go in and length, shrink, and then you shrink that hair down to the size you actually need it. So it's a little tedious, but well worth it to make sure my bear looks perfect. And then I worked on the eyes. Let me show you the eyes. So in working on the eyes, I wound up turning the body off, and then I would turn the particle system on, and it was a little bit long. So what I wound up doing is just multiple settings, lots of test renders, and let me show you the results. My first test render, these eyelids looked like the hair was super long, so I decided to cut it back. I'm going to have some super extreme close-ups of the eyes, so I really want them to look good. As I said, I turned off the body to do some test renders because the renders would go much faster, and here's much shorter hair on the eyelids, but it was a little sparse, so I upped it. And this is one of my final test renders for the eyelids with the hair length the way I wanted it. And to achieve this, what I did was I took the eyeball, went to the particle system, let's turn it on, and I came down here and I didn't mess with my hair length up here, but in my children, I adjusted the length. So it was at 1, which turned out to be way too long. I went down as far as 0.2, which turned out to be too short. I wound up at 0.5, and then I also messed with the amount in the render of the children. So that is how I achieved my eyelids. And this is the result of my bear. So she's looking pretty good. I'm going to add some eyebrows somehow, but I'm going to do that at a later date and figure that out later. That's it for now. I'll see you next week.